only 10 questions and maybe one bonus question for a tie, because after that it gets kind of long and it gets hot in this room after a while. But if anyone wants to do that, they just send a message to Holly Page, or what is she? Holly Renee on Facebook, because she's the vice president and normally does it. But today, we trivia.
I'm saying my Transformer trivia was too long.
Actually,
but you know what? It worked out so we had a really long meeting anyway. So
yeah, but the problem was we had no air conditioning that day.
Don't anyway.
And we have it says
my test is blank! What is yours? My test is defective blank.
It was like, and we have Star Wars prizes today. And so I was going to see she's not on the Are you guys not going that I'm not even going to enjoy you guys want to share?
While we're trying to find pins, I noticed we have a few new people that haven't been here before. Would you like to introduce yourselves and tell us why you're here, how you heard about us?
I got invited to the group like a year ago, or a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, from someone who I don't think is actually in the area anymore. And so I haven't actually been in there yet, so I've been seeing more posts, messages and such. And I was in a different work schedule, so actually quite show up most of the time. But now I'm a different work schedule, so
Awesome.
well, I had to go to that, so I showed up.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh, Jack, Daryl. So that's
Nice to meet you. How about you?
I'm just not even awesome. I'm short. Sorry.
There's two next to each other.
I'm sorry. I'm actually with him. I'm his wife, unfortunately. So.
She's ours. We're keeping her. Yeah.
Wait, is that unfortunately meant for you or for her?
well, I think it's meant for her, but I think it says a lot more about me than
So I'm just here for fun to see what's going on. So I'm excited to find out what it's all about. Nice to meet you.
Awesome.
yeah. So technically she's not.
Now, I know you've been here before, but you brought someone with you.
Yes, I'm Patrick. I've been here before once, and this is my wife, Elizabeth.
And you have a better cast on, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
You get better.
I can bring the other one so you can have a matching set.
And then, how about you guys in the back? They came with Amber and Todd.
What? Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Peter.
We know you, Chad.
Amber's like, what?
Mary.
I'm good. This is Mary Varner and her daughter Caitlin, and we've been friends since I moved here from California like 12 years ago. And so yeah, I kind of kept her daughter to spend the night last night, and this was the trade-off, so she was kind of forced to be here.
After making fun of us for eating that stuff.
That was disgusting.
Yes,
That was
very
spectacular.
The least you can do is just say your name, right?
Maybe it was like a second watching.
That was close.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Well, thank you all for coming.
And just so all the new people know, Ricky, my husband, unfortunately, he's the PR and event coordinator. So if you want to do an event or you have questions, you get with him. Gina is our handler wrangler, which means she's the person, like if you just want to help at an event and not dress up, but just kind of get the hang of stuff, you get with her. Or Lindsay, or they're right here.
Lindsay.
And then Jeff, right here, is our treasurer. Our secretary is on her way, and Holly is sick tonight, our vice president. I'm presidente until I get kicked out next year. yell, but he's too thick to yell. Is our sergeant of arms, Mark Leonard. But
We're still looking.
if
And then
you
we
guys
have
have any
Todd sitting here,
questions,
who is the torturer supreme.
but if you guys have any questions on the Facebook, just remember our name. I know Shalita is really easy to remember, and I post a lot in the group. I'm the one that tells you you're being naughty in the group.
I delete your house. So you need to start with
But not lately, everybody's been
start
really
with
good.
Ricky, right?
Yeah.
The one who's being on.
No, he is very good.
And this is
Laura,
Kimmy.
he's
Well,
under
you did marry him, so.
I'm too busy keeping up with the dentist.
This is
with
our
stuff.
littlest member. Hello.
It is now that you walk in, babe.
And Nicole is the assistant PR event person, which is actually something I was going to announce today, so you all know now.
Alright,
So, yeah, she's going to name off the questions.
everything Indiana Jones.
So, yes, it's a quiz. We have awesome prizes.
Movies, everything. Alright. I had to cut some of these down, so. Number 1. Name the 5 actors that have played Indiana Jones on film. You get a point for each. So name the 5 actors that have played Indiana Jones on film. You get a point for each. Yes, there are.
It's funny because she was mocking you while you were talking.
Are we ready for Alright, number 2. This one's not so bad. What type of geological formation appears at the beginning of every Indiana Jones movie? Extra point if you know the name of the distribution company. I'm sorry.
You know what? This still might not be as hard as the Transformers one.
I agree.
Transformers will be hard.
Oh.
And somebody only missed like 3 questions.
Alright, so what type of geological formation appears at the beginning of every Indiana Jones movie? Extra point if you know the name of the distribution company.
People are cheating with their phones here.
Alright, number 3.
Okay, the third question.
Third one's a little bit easier. What is the name of the club where Indy meets Willie?
Oh.
You should all know.
I
What's the
would've
name of
forgot
the
that.
club where Indy meets Willie? Alright, number 4. Name Indy's first wife. Nope, it's in the story. Yeah, I know. Name Indy's first
Neighbor's bar.
No, that's 3. She wants the name of the club specifically.
Oh, the club. Alright, number 5. Dan Aykroyd appears in which movie? Dan Aykroyd appears in which movie?
Ghostbusters.
Alright, number 6. When was Indiana occurred in. Indians been to another dimension to battle a god. Name that god, or name the title it's occurred in. Video was
Taking a night.
No, it wasn't Okay, number 7. Number 7.
That was number 7.
Number 8.
Or number 8, Jimmy.
Alright, number 8. Who was Indy following when he learned to speak Quechua? Who was Indy following that learned to speak Quechua?
What's your name? His name was Rafiki. Well, he started off.
I don't remember
Alright, number 9. Fill in the blank. I suddenly remembered my blank. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky. So fill in the blank. I suddenly remembered my blank. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky. Please don't write anything.
She was out about a script copy there.
But I did Dr. Green, so it's not surprise.
This month, and I'm like, last month we were afraid to fill it.
Alright, last one. Who's short around saying his best friend is, and that he loves the movie Temple of Doom? So in the movie Temple of Doom, who does Short Round say that his best friend is? It's an actual line. Yes. 2. You got anything repeatable?
Found out what you need to know and called the nurse and told her as This is what it should look like.
This one, right here, and this Lindsay are ghost typers. So we see
Sure you are. It's all those.
I know. I'm going to see you doing that. There's only a scene following people when you climb back. You know that? Did you see that? Tiffany just sitting down. Boom! In the back. Nip somebody in the back.
I got a home there.
Yeah. The silver thing.
Right?
Okay, well, we adding up stuff. I'll go over some of the things that we were going to talk about today. And are being filmed.
Oh, everybody, well.
Because we have a lot of people that have really bad schedules and can't come to the meeting, so this is a good chance. Okay, the one thing I already talked about was you can volunteer to do trivia. If you want, you just get with Holly. We actually are okay with you donating items for the prizes today. Jamie donated a bunch of items for the prizes today, whoever
Yay,
won.
Jamie.
Because it gets expensive buying stuff that other people get to keep. But we have, did you get a chance, you already put a list of the officers on the group
Yes,
page,
on the fan page and the group page.
On the fan page and on the group page, there is, under the About section on both, there is a list of the officers so you know who to contact. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Like sometimes I'll get questions that probably should have gone to Ricky, or Ricky gets questions that probably should have gone to me. Any of us can take complaints or weirdnesses, and we all get together and talk about it and try to fix it. The other thing I was going to talk about is, I'm going to remind you all again, we do not do birthday parties. There are people out there that this is their job, and we do not want to steal money from them. And it is difficult to, even if you want to do it personally, it's hard to get those posts in the group without them thinking Chattooine is doing it. So personally, you can do whatever birthday party you want. I think Erica did a princess at a birthday party and got paid for it. But so just tell your friends, sorry, we don't do birthday parties. We do charity events, and we do like lookouts and big, like anything that's Chattanooga related and charity events pretty much. And the raid, of course, or not raid.
The not so
Not the raid. I'm going to remind you guys again that when we do the lookouts event, the reason you do not get free parking is because the lookouts do not own any of the parking. If you come from out of town, we are sorry. You have to either get there early enough to get a space where you don't have to pay, or you have to pay for it. And there's nothing the lookouts can do about that.
Yeah, the only parking they have available on their premises is handicapped parking or for people with special needs. And we make arrangements for our Star Wars event so that Dan, our R2 operator, can park in one of those spots so he can load and unload the droid. But besides that, everyone's got to park in either the parking garage or something like that.
We just have a lot of people think that we're just not giving it to them, but really, we just, lookouts can't do anything about that. They only help us out with everything else at their events, so. Yeah.
Except for the parking garage.
Yeah, that's weekends, so
On our group and on our fan page is admins, but we don't want people posting on there either. No sexy stuff. It's supposed to be family friendly. Language we're a little PG-13 on. It depends on the context. Really, we don't want people just cussing on there. But if it's in context, I'm going to use Deadpool as an example. If you have a Deadpool post, it's really funny and it may have something in it. It's fine, but no sexy stuff. The only reason we say no at all is because everybody has their hard limit on what is too sexy. And so saying no to everybody means I don't have to sit there and go, or the officers, you should see sometimes what we, is that too much? Is that much? And 90% of the time it's not what you post. It is what the comments happen. We have to sit there, and not all of us have time to sit there and start deleting comments and sending people messages. And some of you may have just never saw your comment again, and I never told you because I didn't have time because of the work. So I'm deleting. But no sexy stuff, because there are children who could see stuff in the group, and there's children actually in the group. So even though I kind of announced it before, Nicole Price is now going to be Ricky's assistant at events. If you have questions about an event, if you are signed up for a particular character, you can include both of them. Ricky is super busy right now, so that's why we included Nicole. She's helping him out. And I would like to see my husband sometimes. Right now it's work, Chattooine, his freelance photography. So,
Shame on you.
and then Lindsay, right here, is going to be helping Gina with the handling. Now the handling again is when you come to an event and you can help people with costumes, you're either, like at the lookouts, a lot of the handlers run around with water and they're making sure people aren't going to pass out in their costumes because it does get hot. Like the one coming up is going to be probably really hot. we lucked out doing Star Wars a little earlier this year. It wasn't quite so hot. The other thing about handlers that we kind of discussed, one of the few things that we're going to announce already is when you are a handler, you need to make sure you pay attention to your surroundings. You don't want to be blocking the people that they want pictures of. I'm going to use Maleficent as an example because that's the movie that I did recently. I'm not vain when I want you to get out of my way. If I'm dressed up as Maleficent, that's who they came to see. You got to get out of the way so the little kids, because they already are like, I don't know, do I want to go? Or, so you have to just stay out of the way so that people can actually get in, get the pictures done. What did we say, 5-foot rule kind of thing? Try to stay behind or to the side. And also you need to be paying attention to who wants their pictures. We have some people who will just grab a camera from somebody and do the pictures so that the dad and the kids can get in at the same time.
Yeah, if you're a handler, don't be afraid to, if the person looks like they want a picture and they have their cell phone and they're like, I'm alone and I want a picture, don't be afraid to ask them, hey, hand me your cell phone, I'll take a picture with them, you know, I'm with the group or whatever, so that they can get a picture without having to do a selfie and not getting a good one and stuff like that.
Or you'll see people a lot that'll be like, there's somebody that's taking a picture of the other person, you'd be like, do you want to get the picture too? Let me take your picture. And then a lot of them will be like, yes.
And even if you're going to an event like if you're going to Captain America and you're not Captain America, you have to acknowledge the fact you're a secondary character and you need to step back a little bit to make sure that the main character, Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man, what those kids are immediately looking for, or parents. The other thing is a big no-no, especially here, but at other places too. You cannot leave your children unattended. If we catch your children unattended here, you will no longer be invited back to events. There are thousands of dollars worth of equipment upstairs, and if your child is the one that plays with it, we're not polite about it, because we can be kicked out of this place. So when you come, you have to, we offer if your kid is in costume, you can be their handler. If you are also in costume and it's hard for you to watch your kid, we allow you to bring a handler just for your children. You can watch the movie for free with you. But no children at any point can be, and really we count children as what, 12 and under? Yeah. 12 and under, pretty much, because we have a lot of 12 years to actually do good handlers. So, but if your child is caught, I know Jeff has caught one before playing with the equipment upstairs, and it's just frightening, because I just don't want to be the person that has to go tell the manager, no, this kid, you know.
You let the smoke out of the IMAX machine.
Because the other thing, which I know some of you new people may not know, this theater has the best IMAX machine in the entire, like Carmax aren't even supposed to have this one, but since it was a rave, they have it. So that would be the one thing that I would just cry if somebody messed up, because they probably wouldn't replace it with the same thing. The other thing I was going to include Jeff in so he could explain it better, because some people get confused. If you ever have confusion on if you're allowed to vote, or how many events you have to go to be a full member in the group, you can get with Jeff Hickey. Or, I mean, it's 20%, right?
Yeah.
All right? 20% of the events you have to go to. And then what did we figure out? If you have six events.
Yeah, we're projected to have around 50 events this year, so if you attend 6, I think that's around 20%.
And that gives you its full member status, which allows you to vote.
Yes.
You have to go to so many, you have to be able to go to so many meetings to be allowed to run for an office. Hopefully also paid members, and well, full members in general, we're hoping to have more perks for them. We're just growing so fast that it's hard to keep up with the perks and what we can and cannot ask for and stuff. So that's the main thing. Now event-wise, what we have been doing is we did How to Train Your Dragon, June 13th and 14th. And I don't know if there's anybody here that did that. Yes. Oh, yeah. We had Helga and Belga there, who wanted to train you up. Yes. They were very cute. I love it when people get into character. We have a few people really get into character. They were just Viking ladies, and they just made up their characters. That's the other fun thing. As long as you do really, I mean, if you work really hard on a character and it seems to work in that environment, just go for it. They did the Girl Scouts, which we had a few. The Girl Scout thing, I'll let Ricky talk about because I wasn't there.
Yeah, it was the Girl Scouts Twilight Camp. It was, I guess, like a little bit of a leadership thing for a bunch of the Girl Scouts to go to. And they were doing some charity stuff like a clothing swap where you brought clothes that were too small for you, and then they traded clothes with other people. And they asked us to come there because some of the girls were interested in dressing up and doing costumes and stuff like that. So we had a whole bunch of people that went there with some great costumes. They got to chat with the girls and tell them about what we do and why we do it. You know, that it's just something, even though dressing up is fun, you can do more with it by making other people happy, like doing charity events and special needs children want to see different characters and things like that. So it was a lot of fun.
And Jamie got to premiere his Iron Man.
Yeah, Jamie got to wear his
in a
Iron
safe
Man for the first
environment.
time. But
Crazy ladies.
we may also have the Girl Scouts joining us for some events in the future, doing some costumes with us, like for the Harry Potter at the Lookouts. They're looking at doing student costumes, so there are a bunch of Hogwarts students, and then we'll be doing more of the adults and the main characters.
And I believe these are the same Girl Scouts that went to Columbia as zombie Girl Scouts.
Yeah,
they get into character.
Yeah, they did.
And probably sold more cookies than I've ever seen Girl Scouts sell. If you have a zombie child coming towards you, you will just
And they sold a buttload of cookies.
Yeah. Next time there because we pushed the dates back far enough.
Oh, good. Because I missed them this year. It wasn't
They're really
the same
fun.
without little kids dragging themselves along. But the next day we had the Relay for Life, which I'll let Todd talk about that one.
Well, it was really good. We had a good time. We had a good turnout. I think we raised a total with all the teams and everybody over $150,000 for the American Cancer Society. And I know Cassandra got to sing some. And then, gosh.
Anakin won.
Anakin won. Hey, Jeff should tell about that. Anakin won Mrs.
Mr. Relay.
Mr. Relay, that's right.
Mrs.
Which was a
Which is
Mrs.
because it was pretty much, it was a dress up and drag type thing, so,
He did awesome.
That was so awesome.
yeah.
What all did he wear? Who all stuff did he wear? He wore a USO kit, he wore Holly's jacket.
And then Starfire's skirt.
Yeah.
And it had his combat
Amber's
boots on.
hair.
Turned with
Eddie Parker's here. And Holly did a great job with makeup.
And then I think we wore like construction boots or something.
Yeah, he wore his kick-ass boots.
Yeah.
And Congressman Chuck Fleischman came in and complimented me on my outfit. I was like, thank you, sir.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing it every year from now on. And actually, I think Common will be one of our charities now, so we'll actually have some money in the bank before we go in there too. So
It was great fun. I really
And we
enjoyed
also
it.
won the hat contest too.
Oh,
Like
I had a chicken on my head.
we won a couple of contests.
Is that different than any other day?
The next event we did was Transformers, and though it was a smaller event, I know Eric Hall and Alex was there as Hot Rod, and then Eric Hall.
Oh, the flaming bumblebee took one kid.
Yeah.
And then Friday night we had someone from out of town, I don't remember.
Matt Wheeler.
Yeah,
came
came
That
in
was awesome.
with his light up, full on
Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
He has a bumblebee too.
And we went in one of the theaters before the movie started, and he had music, and he cut it on to do the Transformers theme song from the original movie. And like people in the theater were like, what is that? I was like, I think that probably was better than the movie, honestly.
Anything classic is better than that. And then the next night after that, and during, because we did Transformers, that was our first event that we did our group separate, which was a little interesting. We had some hiccups with that. But we also did the Roller Girls, it was superheroes.
Yeah, Chattanooga Roller.
Oh, it was Star Wars.
Star Wars.
We did Star Wars, we did superheroes last time. You can tell, if it's a Saturday night, I have no idea what's going on because I work. So I'm like, whatever you guys are doing, it sounds fun. But the Roller Girls want us to do more stuff with them. And that was, we have 2 different Roller Girls groups that we do stuff with. They never fight each other, right? Because that would be interesting if we ever have to be like, who are we going to
you talking about that?
Yes.
Well, there's some issues, but I'm trying to get them.
No, but they actually have.
Is it just girl drama?
Do they bounce against each other?
No.
Chad is part of the Georgia Roller Girls group. And this was the Chattanooga one that we did stuff with. But we did stuff with his first.
5 degrees cold.
And then we have the bounty hunt. For making my husband eat octopus. I didn't think it was that crazy. I could have eaten the whole thing, but I wasn't there.
Well, Steve and Jamie.
They were like
And then Steve and Jamie and Nicole, and then Jody's not here. They won. What was you guys' team name again?
Watch us win then.
Yeah, I can't even say it. So, but yes, they won by what? Did you say 35 minutes?
35 minutes.
One again.
Mostly because they've won both years so far, so they're the reigning champions. And I hear that Nicole knows everything.
She does.
Hey, she found my Stormtrooper picture.
Yeah.
I knew where that was.
And then coming up this week, we have the Chattanooga Library on the 19th, and they're wanting
Heroes and Villains.
Heroes, Villains,
And My Little Pony.
and My Little Pony. Got
Well, okay. It's Heroes and Villains, but they have different activity stations. They took away the villain station and replaced it with My Little Pony. But it's still Heroes and Villains, My Little Pony, anime characters.
Yeah,
Pretty much, this is
the
an opportunity for
library
people
likes
to
you
use-
to wear whatever a kid is going to recognize. They don't really care. I think we have Jedi coming too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing my armor up there.
Yeah. But anything the kids are going to recognize, I'm sad because I could have been.
Or even if it's just fun, like I'm wearing a delirium just because she has a
Vader
coming air and like.
So does that mean I can bring my real little pony?
I'm thinking about it.
I got 2 of them, this big.
Knowing what's her name, she probably lets you.
No.
The girl in the library is like, yeah, do it, do that.
No.
I love it. She doesn't want to censor anybody. But then we have on July 25th our second lookout event, and it's superheroes and villains. And we have 40 costumers signed up for it, so we're going to outdo our Star Wars event.
Okay.
We have some Justice League
Confirm
happening.
that. Do it.
Have some Marvel.
And Superman will be throwing out the first pitch.
Yay!
He's been practicing.
If you signed up for that, please go on the event page and confirm that we will be there. Because we only have like 17 confirmed so far, so.
It's a Friday, isn't it?
It is a Friday, it's next Friday.
And if you want to handle for the event, we could use more
We can
handles.
use like 5 or 6.
We don't really have, for that event, it's not really a nobody can see event. It's more of, we need people running around with water. We actually prefer some younger people who are responsible to be our runners, because we are old and do not like to run from one side of the city into the other. We're going to try to have walkies as well, but we just want to make sure we don't mess up if they have walkies.
Well, there are going to be a lot of activities that they want us to participate in for this event, just like they kind of threw it at me last second at the Star Wars event, and I didn't really have time to make preparations. But there are going to be, in between every inning, they're going to have like little activities like little games where some of the audience members will play in, and our people can go out there also. You can be a villain and try to mess people up, or you can be the hero and try to keep the villain from messing people up. There's going to be the mascot race. We're going to have Jamie throwing out the first pitch of Superman, and a bunch of other little fun things too. And I'm going to try to nail down all the details on that this week with Andrew to make sure that I know better what's going on without them just throwing it at me when I get there to the event.
And then July 26th, the day after that, Saturday night, is Movies in the Park, and they have asked us for the Lego movie that they're going to do. I believe Eric is pretty much the one doing the Lego stuff, right? But we're going to need people in the costume, and we're still waiting on them to confirm. We think they originally kind of wanted to mix and didn't realize we had, but for a Lego movie, we have Lego characters, so we're kind of trying to use those as much as possible. But we may also have a regular Stormtrooper and Superman there that they specifically asked for Batman, Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, and Superman. Was what they specifically asked for, and we're probably going to end up just doing Lego versions of those, but we're not sure yet.
Like I said, I straight out volunteer people like I said.
But But yes, if you feel like wearing cardboard.
If you want to
And
put
Eric
together a
Hall makes
Lego,
all the costumes.
if you want to do a Lego costume, let me know or let Eric Hall know. We can knock one out in an evening. We can make head to toe, the whole deal, painted and everything, and they look really sharp, and they're really not hard to wear either. So it would be an easy one if you don't have a costume, want to give it a try for the first time. It'd be a really easy event to do. So just let us know.
And little
Learn a
kids
little
look
bit about
super cute
fabrication
as Lego
and stuff.
people
We need
do.
to bring the fake head again now because he's
And then 3 more events, and then I'm done. This one is really, really awesome, but only a few people are getting to be part of it because we're going to someone's actual house. And so Mason's request, this is a little boy with terminal cancer.
brain tumor.
He has a terminal brain tumor, and his favorite character is Velma. So Angie Punch is doing Velma, and we have some other people doing Scooby-Doo characters. And he likes pirates, so we have 3 pirates that are going as well. So he's going to have Scooby-Doo and pirates, and he's 3.
I'm not sure how old he is, to be honest.
I think he's 3 or 4,
He's very
so he's
young.
very little. But his family reached out to us, and that's the kind of things we like to do because it's something fun for him, and it doesn't hurt us.
He wanted to be Velma, and now instead of just Velma, we have Fred coming. Scooby-Doo's going to come. We're going to have some pirates, so it's going to be even better than what his parents were expecting, and he's completely clueless that this is even happening.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really awesome.
It's one of our smaller ones, but probably our most important one that we have on the books right now.
We could still use a Daphne if anyone knows a Daphne.
I got one right here for you.
There we go.
Oh, see? Here's the
Hey, we got a
Daphne.
Daphne. Awesome. Thank you. That would be great. Yes. Oh yeah, we have.
Question?
I think Jack is doing Shaggy.
Yeah, Jack Lewis is doing Shaggy.
Yeah, Jack is doing Shaggy. So we have, if we get Daphne, then we'll have the whole Scooby.
August 1st and August 2nd. Well, August 1st is my birthday. I accept all bribes. But Guardians of the Galaxy is August 1st and 2nd. And
You're doing that on your birthday?
yes, I will be in a raccoon costume on my birthday.
So we're doing it on this night after, right? Just kidding.
How do you explain her walking in as a raccoon on this bike?
No. But we are, any Marvel characters are welcome at that
Any Marvel
event.
characters we do.
It's actually, they were expecting it to be pretty big.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting it at first, but there's been a lot more hype about it, a lot more really cool trailers, and
there's been so many Marvel movies this year as it is.
I can't, what did I say, Jamie? I can't skip leg day because I have to walk like this for the whole night, bouncing on my toes, so that I'm not a tall raccoon, because I'm already a human, so obviously I can't hold on. And I have a girlfriend now. Someone signed up to be a fox.
Yeah.
So, foxy lady, be my girlfriend. And then the last one we have is August, before the next meeting, is August 8th and 9th, is Ninja Turtles, and Todd, I think you have everybody signed up for all of them, right? Todd commissioned all the Ninja Turtles, and he got people to, and then Nicole, are you still doing April? She's doing April, and then we have somebody coming in to be Shredder.
We have Casey Jones.
We have a Casey Jones. I think the only one we're missing is Splinter, right?
Yeah.
I think so. I think I heard somebody say it wrong to do it.
It is, let me just say, to wear a fursuit in August is
Brave.
Taking 2 meetings worth of credit.
I don't know what I'm thinking doing it, especially since I chose the one with the most fur on it. Because I didn't want to do the same one that all these really famous cosplayers were doing, maybe compared to us. But that is all our events coming up, and I think, did anybody have an event or something that they had a question about, or wasn't talked about? We have so much stuff now. It used to be like 5 minutes we were here, and then we're done. I remember, do you feel like we missed something?
No, I think they haven't squeezed anything else in there.
And these are how many events we have after we spoke to our overly ambitious PR person and said we cannot do something every weekend. We really cut back on.
A little.
We cut back on a lot of the movies. We try to only do like 2 movie events a month, and it has to be 2 big movies for us to do that, just so we can fit in more things like Mason's Request,
Right.
We Like for Life, and the charity stuff. Because there for a bit, we're still we were a Star Wars group completely, and we crossed over into just fandoms in general. So we had a little bit, probably this last year, I think, is when we just learned all the ropes, and now we're like, oh, come to us. And now we do more, what are we calling them? Faith night events, where you can be Star Trek or Star Wars.
Yeah.
Or Firefly. Or Battlestar Galactica. Or whatever. Only the public.
We need a Cylon. A proper Cylon.
I don't want to be a Cylon.
No, I said a proper Cylon. You know, program Cylon. In love with
But I think that's it. April, are you ready to announce who won? April's going to announce who won.
Everybody knows.
I want to be
Candy's making.
Alright. Surprise, what are you doing? Sparkly or something.
First, I guess I should go through and tell you guys what the answer is. Alright, so the first question, the 5 actors that played Indiana Jones on film: River Phoenix, most people got that. Harrison Ford, everybody got that. Sean Patrick Flannery, everybody got that. George Hall, I didn't even remember that. Corey Carrier. He played little tiny kid Indiana Jones on the TV show.
Oh.
Alright. What type of geological formation appears at the beginning? Yada yada. It's a mountain, and the company is Paramount. Shame on those of you that missed the next question. What is the name of the club where Indy meets Willie? Club Obi-Wan. Marth is the only person that Club Obi-Wan. Alright, the name of Indy's first wife. Nobody got this. It's from the book. It's Deidre. I can't say it. D-I-E-D-R. Deidre Campbell. Alright, Dan Aykroyd appears in which movie? That is Temple of Doom. Some people got that. When was Indiana Jones born? July 1st, 1899. Alright, the other dimension and the god and all that, the dimension that he meets the god in, the god's name is Marduk, and it's from James Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine from 1999. Alright, so who is Indy following when he learned to speak Quechua? That comes from the terrible aberration that was Crystal Skull, and it's Pancho Villa. He tells Mutt when they're walking through the little village, and the movie no one should ever watch it. And quite a few people got the second to last one. I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees and the birds in the sky. If you play Cards Against Humanity, there's a card for that. Alright, last but not least, who does Short Round say is his best friend and that he loves in the Temple of Doom? I think a couple people got this. I know you, you're my best friend. Alright, so our winners, who had a tie at 5 each, are Jeff and Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, you wouldn't do that stuff, right?
I gotta say tiebreaker. I got more questions.
What? Who's tying it?
Jamie and Jeff.
Well, I'm just going to say Jamie probably wants Jeff to have it since everything was donated by Jamie.
I don't know.
She has stuff
There's
too.
stuff in that box that's pretty cool.
Well, congratulations.
Jeff gets Jamie stuff, Jamie gets.
Yeah. Do a tiebreaker.
Do a tiebreaker.
I forgot there's stuff here.
Alright, we'll do a true and false question. Wait, that's not all there is. Okay, well here, we'll do a multiple choice. Alright, so Jamie and Jeff, here's your tiebreaker. This is multiple choice. What comic book company and or companies created an Indiana Jones series? dark horse.
And I don't have to pray.
So Jeff says D, dark horse and marble. Jamie says E, DC and dark horse. Jeff got it. I saw that. Attention. Who does not know how to make an airplane?
They make fat babies. You have to yeah, well, they make lots. The other thing is that these figures are these are part of the and they have their
Todd, is that it? Is that it? So I can turn this. Is that it? So I can turn this off?
Yeah.
Okay.